Gemini, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-March 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Geminis. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going. My guides, talk to me. What do we got for Gemini here in mid-March? We are moving through the year nice and steady. But yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Gemini, please. Guides and spirit team, talk to me. What do we have here in March, mid-March, to be precise? What's going on? There we go. Thank you. Okay. Wow. All right. This is a very powerful energy with a lot of zest, a lot of pizzazz, a lot of oomph right here in the front. So I do generally like this. I mean, I'm a fire sign, so I get along well with this type of energy, but it feels extremely powerful and motivated. And yeah, future focus as well. We'll talk about this. Someone could be revving up for something. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button, but tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit more about this card. So you see the striking imagery there. We have this powerful divine feminine figure. She's kind of dressed up in armor. She is pointing off in a specific direction. To me, this feels like somebody revving up, or like getting ready, motivating. You know, like self-talk could possibly be a part of this as well. For some of you, I mean, you could be looking down the line. You could be looking towards the future, like what's coming up in the coming days, weeks, months, or even years when this card is here. But it feels very fiery to me. Like, all right, I'm ready to go. I'm about to do something. I'm about to make a move, take an action. So that could be really good, especially if you're trying to motivate yourself or you're feeling that energy coursing through you. That could be really nice. But at the same time, this does feel like a bit of an aggressive card. Like if you look at the imagery there, this lady don't look too kind. Okay, so I'd say watch the temper in this time a little bit when we have this energy in the mix. But there's a lot of fire, or something's building up. Something's about to pop off. So we're going to put her down over there. Let's get into tarot now. And I always say this first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. What do we have here for the lovely Geminis, please? We're still in Pisces season at the time of this filming. And yeah, while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about your reading last week. There was a really magnetic energy around the Gemini collective last week. The reading was titled Here They Come. And that could still persist for the coming days and weeks. It felt like you were attracting and manifesting and pulling all sorts of things to you, whether it's people and situations. It just felt super magnetic. And every sign gets that from time to time, but it felt very powerful in yours. So I wouldn't be surprised if like you're pulling people in and things are returning and coming back around and all sorts of stuff. But we're going to see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going. 3 cards for the Geminis here mid-March. What do we got for my friends? What do we got? Thank you. Okay, 2 of Cups. Partnerships could be very important here, with the 2 of Cups in position number 1, and we will talk about it a little more as we move through the reading. And we'll get them settled in right there next to the Amethyst. Let's get a couple more cards out. What do we got for Gemini, please? What do we got? Deck is being super specific for you this week. And it's been doing that in recent weeks. So, okay, got the Page of Swords. Now, that could be you, but at the same time, there could be someone that has eyes on you or a situation. Like this could be someone watching something. Let's get one more here. Thank you. We got the World. Okay. A conclusion of some sort. And I did see that in your energy recently as well. Could be a new cycle shifting in for a big portion of you. So yeah, Gemini, let's talk about it. We'll go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first glance, we do have an interesting mixture of energies happening. Notice we have water. We have air. These are the internal elements when I see them. So a lot of you could have a lot of stuff happening, like in the mind, in the emotions. There could be a lot of stuff going on internally. We also have the most powerful in-depth card in the whole entire deck. We got the World on the back end. Okay, so it could point to some sort of conclusion or ending of a chapter that we'll really want to dig into deeper. But let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out, because we have a lot of different themes. Position number 1, we have the Two of Cups. Now, as I mentioned, this could just represent any person that you're connected to, whether that be a romantic connection, whether that be a very close family member, a friend, someone that is very near and dear to your heart. This is a soul tie. This is a soul connection. So I really do love whenever we have the Two of Cups. Usually it's easy flowing, easy going type of energy. Now, all twos in tarot can represent decisions and choices, being at a crossroads, but partnerships is really a big theme whenever we see this Two of Cups. In my simplistic style of reading, when this card pops out, it might just tell us when we clarify the way someone might be feeling or what they might be thinking. That could really be it. But we'll see what's up. We might get a lot more dynamic in some sort of personal connection when we have the Two of Cups. Now, all cards have positives and challenges. The challenges of the Two of Cups is like, yeah, obviously people that aren't seeing eye to eye. So we want to watch out for like misunderstandings, miscues, miscommunications, all that stuff. Moving to the center, we have a card that could potentially represent you. Now, it doesn't have to. We have the Page of Swords. And another thing I'm seeing here, we have low numbered cards and an ending. So it's like we have a cycle-based type of energy happening here this week. The Page of Swords gets a bit of a bad rep, but I mean, it could just be an air sign. So you're an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And this card, like all pages, represents communication. It represents learning new things. These are cards of students. There's a difference with the Page of Swords, though. It's a little bit defensive. That, yeah, there could be talks, there could be communication and stuff like that coming in. But this page is a little skeptical and it's a little defensive about those communications. But the biggest thing, and every reader says it because it's true, this Page of Swords is the watcher of the tarot deck. So when I see it, there might be a certain situation that you're peeping out, right? You might have your eyes on it. Maybe someone has their eyes on you in a situation you're going through. And a big thing I saw with this page is looking directly at this Two of Cups. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you're under someone's microscope, or someone could be under yours potentially when this Page of Swords is here. But another thing, pages, they represent new cycles, new opportunities, new offers, all that stuff. So we'll look into that further for sure, especially since it's air sign energy. Could also represent children, age differences, and stuff like that. Now, on to the back end. The last card is the card of endings. Now, I always say, yes, this is the last of the major arcana. It wraps up the Fool's journey, so it is a possible ending. But when I see the world, I don't think of like 10 of Swords ending. I don't think of Tower ending. To me, this is more of like a happy ending, or the next chapter coming in, similar to the Death card in that way. So there could be cycles closing out, new cycles opening up, old adventures closing out, new adventures opening up. This could be a really good thing, depending on what you're going through. The world is extremely spiritual. This is extremely karmic as well. So we could talk about the karmic cycles of life, situations that involve karmic ties, soul ties, all that stuff. So we absolutely need to dig into this further. I mean, like I said, it could just represent the close of something or the end of something, simple as that. But I feel like there's much, much more for us to look at here with this World card. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Gemini. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for the Geminis, please. Guides and Spirit Team, talk to me. What do we got? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Two of Cups. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to the beautiful Geminis, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Two of Cups time. What's this about? What is this connection here? What's that Two of Cups here, please? Okay, thank you. Okay. Yeah, we have the Fool card in the upright underneath this Two of Cups. Good now, but the only thing that I don't want to say is concerning me, but that we need to keep watch for, is we have the first of the major arcana and the last one here. So this could be like a whole story compressed. Now the Fool card, it could just represent a very important Aries in your life. For a portion of you, this could be someone, once again, very near and dear to your heart, someone that you might have a lot of fun with, okay, showing up here. So whether it is a dear friend or a family member, When I see the Fool, I think of a very jovial, happy type of energy. So this feels good, or at least started right, or started good. For a portion of you, yeah, that maybe this is a new connection possibly, but it doesn't have to be. When I think of the Fool, I think of action and movement, and I just think of something that started nice and started good, okay? Which, I mean, most relationships and connections do, right? Or we wouldn't form them. I mean, some relationships do form under tumultuous circumstances, but when I see the Fool underneath the Two of Cups, it's like, yeah, I enjoy hanging out with you. I enjoy spending time with you. It's like giving me that type of energy here. The Fool, there could be something big coming up in Aries season, which is only a few weeks away. And I know the readings for mid-March, but when I see the Two of Cups with the Fool card, know that if you're having issues in a personal connection, anyone that you view as the Two of Cups and you're not seeing eye to eye, you might be able to like really iron that out in Aries season. So keep that in mind. I wouldn't be surprised, because one of the first things that was popping into my mind was like, all right, let's give it a go. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a try. It's like giving me that kind of energy. And this isn't just a love reading, okay? It could mean all the things I mentioned. It could mean none of them, right? Let's keep moving over to that Page of Swords. I feel at the very least, this is a person that's at least fun, right? So let's go in on that page. Maybe you're looking for a little more depth than that, though. All right. So let's go and see what that page has to say. Where's that Page of Swords here? Thank you. Strength in reverse. Okay. Yeah, so somebody could be keeping tabs. Simply put, when we have the Strength card in reverse. And to me, and I was getting this in another sign, I don't remember exactly which one it is, but it's more of like a comfort thing. I don't feel like it's super nefarious, like, oh, I'm watching you, I'm outside your window type of stuff. To me, it's more like a self-soothing mechanism where it's like, I just want to see if they're okay. Just want to see if they're all right. Just checking in. You know, nothing bad here, nothing creepy, nothing weird. And we all do it from time to time, right? We check on people that we care about, want to make sure everything's okay. And that's kind of giving me the vibe here. So just know you might be checking up or checking in on someone. Someone could be keeping eyes and watching you. That's a big possibility. But the Strength card, Leo energy. In the upright, this is somebody trying to refrain from something, trying to not do something, use their inner strength of character to like will themselves. In reverse, underneath this Page of Swords, it's like, I can't help myself. All right, so for some of you, maybe this is representing a person that, you know, you have a weak spot for them, okay? I feel like it's one or the other. Either we're seeing a person that you just have a soft spot for, okay? Like you just can't help it, like you just have a soft spot for this person. Or this is somebody watching, okay? But I don't feel like there's nefarious intent. I feel like this is a person like doing it just to make sure everything's cool, just checking in, just want to make sure you're right. We're going to keep moving. I don't feel like we need to keep pounding any messages home. There it is, what it is, right? So let's see why the World is here. Could also be a talk. Remember, this could be someone that like they can't help themselves. They got to send that text or they got to call. Let's see what's happening with the World. Why is the World here? Then we'll do our quick little recap before the Shadow card. I mean, there's even more communication coming in here on the back end. Okay. Yeah, this could be an important conversation that you need to have with somebody, and this could be all about closure for some of you. Like you just need to find some peace or have some closure in a situation. For another portion of you, this could be someone coming back in. Okay, and it really depends on what your situation is here. Now, the Page of Pentacles, a lot of similarities to this Page of Swords. Earth sign energy showing up here. Generally a card of students, so I would say if it was around graduation season, okay, maybe some of you were learning something or going to school, you could be graduating. This is kind of like the energy of a graduation. Obviously, that's a very niche message, but this is a big card of messengers, okay, like the written message, like text and emails and letters and stuff like that. I do feel for a lot of you there could be an important talk that needs to be had, okay, whether it's coming up, whether it's one that you've recently had that could really be in the mix, whether it is to bring closure or cycle back around. Because remember, I did see like there is this cycle in the energy, the beginning, the ending, and then there's like beginnings coming off of the ending. So there's a lot of energetic possibilities here, Gemini. Take whichever one's hit for you, but I do feel like there could be an important talk coming in, and it could give you a sense of closure. Okay, so let's just go through and do a quick little recap here. I know that's a lot of different messages showing up this week. Let's go through, then we'll get into the Shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Two of Cups with the Fool card in the upright. It did say there could be something significant coming up in Aries season for a lot of you and your personal connections. I did feel like this could represent a person that you just have a lot of fun with, right? Like, yeah, like we'd have a good time. It might be surface level like that, but like to me, I was also getting the vibe of like, all right, let's give it a go type of energy. Like it feels good to me. It doesn't necessarily feel bad. It feels fun, and I do like it. So if this is a person that you've kind of fallen out with, this shows how good it started. Moving to the center, we have the Page of Swords, watching all this stuff happening here. So I did say with the Page and the Strength in reverse, it's like a self-soothing mechanism where someone's like keeping tabs or watching just to make sure they're okay. It's not making any like weird plans or anything like that, but it's just to like soothe themselves. Take that for whatever it's worth. That's the main thing that was showing up. Wanting to talk, and we do see when we get to the back end, we have the World with the Page of Pentacles in the upright. An important talk could be coming in for a lot of you. Either someone needs to find some closure, or you might possibly need to find closure, or it could cycle this whole thing once again, like kick it back off, where it's like, okay, give it a go, a little tumultuousness, boom, talk, closure, let's go back again. It's like giving me these odd cyclical things, and we are in eclipse season, so keep that in mind. So yeah, Gemini, please take a screenshot of that. I mean, for some of you, this could be all somebody else's energy this week. I mean, it's giving me all sorts of stuff. But let's see what's in the shadows for you, my friends. Talk to me, my God. So what do we got for Gemini here? Please and thank you. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. It doesn't always have to be a challenge, right? Shadow cards could be good sometimes. So let's get one here for the lovely Geminis. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love and appreciation for my members. So let's get it going here. What do we got for Gemini, please? Thank you. Star card, nice. And I did see this in one of the fire signs and their shadows as well. And this could be spirit telling you, like, hey, Gemini, everything's going to be okay. Don't lose your sense of optimism and hope when this card shows up in the shadows. This can be very good and very optimistic. But, I mean, some of you might just be connected to an Aquarius whenever this card shows up in the shadows. But the main thing I think of is the future. And remember, in the very, very early part of the reading, we had this lady revving up, getting ready for the future. We're ending it with a card of the future. We have this cycle-based type of energy happening. So time itself is connecting in with your reading as a whole. Now, the star to me, once again, it's hopeful. It's a light at the end of the tunnel. So if you've been going through any difficulties, problems, tough situations, stuff like that, Spirit could be telling you, like, listen, the finish line's right there. The light is right there at the end of the tunnel. Don't lose hope. Be optimistic. Don't turn into the star in reverse, if possible. And I know that's much easier said than done. But overall, this is a very good card to have in the shadows because it's that light. It's the light right at the end of the tunnel. You're almost there. Okay, so really good stuff here, Gemini. That's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like to get a personal reading done with me, you can find my digital calendar on mastermetaphysics.com, so please feel free to check it out. But for the March subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful, fantastic Tarot of the Owls. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments what is your favorite zodiac sign, and give me a couple reasons why. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.